Peace be with you and welcome to Spiritual Court. If you're new here, welcome. If you are returning back, what is good, my beautiful, amazing, high vibrational Ace of Cups, Ten of Pentacles, all the kings and queens in the upright soul tribe, Ten of Pentacles, Ten of Cups. Did I say that? Okay, listen. Come on in, beautiful Hierophants, my beautiful soul tribe family. I salute the divinity in you. I love you so very much. Thank you for the likes, the loves, the shares, the comments, the donations. Shout out to all the members. I love y'all. Listen, if you have not signed up for memberships, there are exclusive, never seen before readings that you will get access to depending on what level you come in at, okay? So let's just get into this reading. You could very well hear some sounds in the background, highs and lows, flow of frequency by way of sound, and that really is just to break up all the monotony, to keep things copacetic, keep the energy balanced. Remember to take what resonates and leave the rest. All right. The Most High God, creator of all things, the source of all things, is absolutely presiding over all of our spiritual cases. Let's see what's going on. In my meditation, okay, I heard, now everybody wants to take notes. But class is no longer in session, right? I feel like something's outdated, It's like you got people trying to play catch up. Somebody wants to take a crash course on what it is that you know. Now they want to take notes, okay? These are, weird energies. They could have tried or attempted to come up against you. They failed. And now they're like, well, maybe, just maybe, we need to take notes. Well, it's a fine time to decide that you need to take notes. But class is no longer in session. Hold on, y'all. Those frequencies are loud. I like them loud like this. But I don't want to make it louder than my voice. I want to be at the same level as the sound. How's that? Yeah, I like that. So listen. Come on in. Bring your intuition. Take what resonates. Archangel Michael, Archangel Raphael. Shout out to Archangel Metatron within, so we never go without. Shout out to all the sovereign beings, the ones that are signed up to lead their own destinies and walk their own path, and you're answering the call, and you've gone within and you've mastered parts of yourself. That's always something to celebrate. Show yourself some gratitude. I salute the divinity in you as I continue to salute it in myself, within myself. Let's see what's going on here. So they got to take notes now. It's a fine time. Yeah, somebody could be saying it's a fine time to leave them. Okay, let's see what's going on. You could have left somebody behind, and somebody now needs to take note. Okay, somebody needs help. Clarify, Holy Spirit. What's going on? Show me what I need to see. Attention. Pay attention. Okay, good attention. Attention means to give your energy to, right? To watch, to discover, to pull back the layers, to intentionally be invested, paying attention. That attention word is not for the weak. It's not a flimsy word. There's some depth to it. There's some girth to attention. So it says attention, teamwork, do your part, and let your spirit team do the rest. And I feel like this is what you've done. This is how you were able to successfully close out a cycle. Focused on your own life. Yeah, misunderstood. Yeah, look, sorry, not sorry. I don't know. Okay, we didn't know. We thought something like that. There's confusion amongst a group of people. Some type of clouded judgment. Okay, unfortunately, these people misinterpreted who you were, misdirected, misguided. Maybe somebody else was thinking for them. Maybe somebody told them something about you and they decided to adopt that way of feeling about you. Okay, well, now they want to take notes. That's what I just heard. Okay, job interference. Ooh wee. It's not nice to show up on somebody's job. Like, what you doing here? You know what I mean? It's like, but you gonna clock out? Or do I gotta clock you out? You know what I mean? Are you gonna tap in? Or do you need to get laid the out? Okay, I don't know. I just thought about it like that for a minute. Job interference, trying to bring drama to your workplace, to your workspace. Could be some people that you work with, co-workers plotting against you, or they were trying to. So somebody plotted against you. Let's just, let's discuss, the gazelle in the room, the peacock in the room, is comparable to the elephant in the room. Let's discuss it. Let's talk about it. Job interference. So apparently you could have had people either that you were working with or people that are doing what you do. They decided, they made a collective decision diabolically to come up against you, okay? Now these people are saying, well, maybe this wasn't such a good idea. Maybe we need to take note. So your spirit team ran up on them? Okay, your spirit team ran up on these people, basically. Told them this ain't what you want. Told them sit down, class is in session. Listen, a lot is going on here. Let's just be real. Let's keep it a buck. Let's see what the vibe is. We'll use these cards, okay? Let's see what's going on. These people are thinking to apologize. They misunderstood. Well, I thought he said, she said that you were, and we thought, and so we all just collaborated because we were seeing things collectively, diabolically. So we decided to try to interfere in some way, shape, or form. Uninvited. Ooh, these people were uninvited into your energy. This says toxic energy. Trauma, arguments, incompatible. Yeah, this is crazy. Procrastination. Somebody spent too much time staying focused on you, plotting on you, and they ended up in some type of trap. Stuck, no options, and also in this energy of unforgiveness. So these are people that don't want to take accountability for what they did. Show me this group of people. You paid attention enough that you called down judgment. Teamwork. You're working with your spirit team. So they did the rest. You said, I'm going to focus on this. I'm not going to focus on that. Whatever that is, whoever they are way over there. Yeah, you're in your beautiful divine feminine energy. I love this. So you went within divine feminine. You decided to be gentle with yourself, nurturing, mothering, nurturing yourself, and somebody was bitter and angry and salty. Ooh, yeah. You picked a fine time to leave me, Lucille. Somebody say you picked a fine time to leave me, Lucille. Okay, maybe your name is Shirley. Barbara, this is Shirley. Maybe it's a situation. Yeah, whatever it is, it doesn't matter. Whatever your name is, you got into your divine feminine energy. You got daydreaming, head in the clouds, delusional, hopes and dreams. So somebody is like stuck in their head about you. Now, were they or were they not a part of a group that came up against you? You got lust, greed, by any means necessary, inconsiderate. Whoa, this is an urgent message. Y'all hear the sounds in the background? This is an urgent energy. So something happened, something backfired. Somebody's lusting about you now, daydreaming. This could be a group of people, Lust is not always sex. Lust could be just, daydreaming about being your friend now instead of your enemy. But I just heard these are enemies that you were totally unaware of, You could have walked outside. You said, anybody out here hating on me? Who's out here hating on me? Yeah, you too busy focused on what you're doing that you may or may not have been aware. If you are in the high priestess energy, you were aware. You just decided to start this energy out, and there was nothing really that people could do. So now they want to be your friend. Okay. All right. So they tried to attack you, and now they want to be friends. Oh, that's cute. Let's see what's going on. Y'all want to be friends now? Hey, girl. Call you later. Okay. Yeah, right. Listen, let's see what's going on. Bless they poor little funky little stinking ass hearts. Oh, they tried to attack you. Somebody took a leap of faith and tried to attack you with the fool. They feel like fools. The fool in the Knight of Swords. Wow. That's crazy. I am going to be using the Phantom Tarot. I will tag it down below. Maybe I will use the Tarot de Fuego. That's a new deck by Richard Cavolo. Cavolo, Mr. Cavolo. I love it. Okay, back to the reading, y'all, because I can go on a tangent. Something's over. The card just fell out. The world. Okay, notice the colors, the abstract art. Maybe for some of you it looks like something. For some of you it looks like nothing else, but it is the world. It represents a closed cycle, something is done. Something is over. So now they want to be friends. Now they want to take notes. Okay. Clarify. They want to take notes, but class is not in session. Six of Pentacles. They coming in bearing gifts. Okay. Equal give and take to balance something out. Okay. But the misunderstood energy, it gives me this energy of like maybe there was some type of miscommunication, you know, lack of understanding, which absolutely breeds lack of understanding and misunderstandings and misunderstoodness on an outer stood ass, out of sight ass energy. Whatever it is, something didn't mesh. Somebody wants to come in and I just heard set the record straight. Two of Wands, yeah. Two of Wands is like moving forward, coming towards you. Now somebody wants to take note. Clarify. Co-workers plotting, bringing drama to the workplace. Like, bitch, meet me outside. Why you gotta bring it to my job like that? You know what I'm saying? I just had a flashback. Calm down, Neff. The Most High is presiding over all cases. Seven of Swords, and they had the nerve to try to sneak up. It's like, if you want to fight me, come in and say that shit with your chest. Look me in my eye and tell me why you got a problem with me. That's because they couldn't look you in your face. Seven of Swords is like sneaky and deceptive. So is this a really, like, is this a real, genuine apology? You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like these people never gave you the benefit of the doubt, but were you really ever looking for the benefit of the doubt? Were you looking for these people to extend that to you? I don't feel that you were, collective. Seven of Swords. So they decided to sneak up on you. This was not a square off. This was not us squaring up. You know, we're not shadow boxing in the street. You know, you out here sneaking up, retching around. Somebody was peeking around the corner looking at a Hierophant energy, somebody high vibrational, looking at the collective in a sneaky, deceptive way. Yeah, knocking on doors. I just heard that they should have never have tried to walk through. These doors were unanswered for a reason, because you in the wrong zip code. You're in the wrong spiritual realm. You're on the wrong spiritual grid. Yeah, now you confused? Okay, that's okay. Everybody's been confused. Okay. Yeah, look. Eight of Cups in a reverse. So this was something that they did obsessively. Okay. Eight of Cups in a reverse is like refusing to stop doing something. So where is this understood, misunderstood? Is it because now there's a backfire? Don't you love how conveniently people like get some type of remorse as soon as the shit backfires on them? Now they're like, well, he is a good person. She is a good person. Now, they're not saying this out loud because that would be too much like, right, admitting the truth. These people are still in this confusion. Look, clouded. Like, should we apologize? Well, I don't know. What you think? I don't, like, sit your dumb ass. Okay. Order in the court. Let me get it together. Eight of Cups in the reverse. Okay. The Most High God said I got to be a little bit more... selective with my words. Okay, yeah, I'm working on that. Four of Pentacles. Four of Pentacles is about holding somebody back. It's okay. So the Eight of Cups in the reverse could have been people trying to stop you from moving forward. Oh, okay, they were refusing to stop you from moving forward or making some form of an attempt. So why is it that they want to take note? Why is it that they want to take note now? The Seven of Cups in a reverse, because the illusion has been shattered. Okay. Oh, so it's because they got exposed. So these are not genuine apologies, but I feel like we don't even need to do anything with that information. We know that. We knew that. It is what it is. But the Seven of Cups in a reverse is like illusions being shattered. Okay. Yeah. So this apology is stemming from failure. They failed to interfere on your job. Plotting against you. This says showing up on your job. Co-workers plotting on you, bringing drama to your workplace. That's crazy business, man. So clarify this. Eight of Cups in the reverse. They refuse to walk away from trying to stop you from moving forward. Now they want to take notes. The Seven of Cups. But it's only because the masks are off. Because they got caught. Because they got exposed. Okay. Clarify. Now y'all want to take notes, but class is not in session. That ass is under judgment. Two of Swords. Yeah, these are people that did something real funky, real foul. They teamed up. They tried to attack you. Chosen one. Whatever you do for work, it was people that were in the same line of work as you, but they don't want to apologize. They would rather cover things up, come towards you, and just, you know, start taking notes. You know, it's like class is now in session. Well, it's like, oh, well, how you doing? You're not going to introduce yourself. They're like, yeah, well, no, I don't think so. Okay. Two of Swords. It's like, yeah, I did that. I did that to you. I hurt you. I tried to. Because I don't even feel like this touched you, collective. You're in this feminine energy. Be you a masculine or a feminine. You're in this gentleness with yourself, nurturing. So what the hell were they trying to do? Stop you from moving forward? Somebody was trying to block your roads? Is that what this is about with the Two of Swords? But instead of taking accountability, hold on. I got to be mindful of my heart chakra. Okay, heart chakra. Heart and, what is it? Brain coherence. Okay, I'm working on that. So listen, Two of Swords. I got a little bit invested. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to influence the read, but it triggered me just a little bit. Because I'm going to be honest, I don't like raggedy bitches. So I'm still working on that, right? I don't like raggedy bitch energy with people that gang up on people that they don't know, or they do know, or they half-ass know, and they make a decision to attack that person without having all the information. And some of them had all the information. They knew exactly who you were, but they still decided, they made a conscious decision to try to go up against you, to block you from moving forward with the Four of Pentacles to hold you back, right? So where really is the authenticity in this apology? There's still negligent behavior here. The Two of Swords, these are people that want to sweep something up under the rug without having to discuss what has actually happened. Interesting. Yeah, I don't feel like these are connections that we feel we need at this time. I can't see how this is going to aid and assist us on our journeys by way of ascending to the Hierophant energy. Eight of Swords, yeah, look. Eight of Swords, these people are bound to something that they did. Clarify, what did they do? Might as well just expose it all since they're not going to tell us. The Hermit, oh, they're holding tight to these secrets. Somebody's acting like they haven't done anything. The Hermit, they tried to isolate you. They wanted you isolated. So if somebody was showing up to your job with what appears to be some type of interference, it's because they didn't want people to see you. Yeah. So the Hermit energy, Seven of Swords, Eight of Cups in the reverse, it's almost like blocking you, boxing you in, you know, type energy. Four of Pentacles to hold you back. Yeah, this is like keeping you in like this boxed in area. Like, oh, there's one person here, you take that side and we're going to close this person in to isolate them so that people don't see them. And so they tried to box you in. But here's the beautiful part about you, Divine Collective. You're the Hierophant, okay? Yeah, Four of Swords. Look, I can't make this up. These are people that wanted you to put your work to rest. The Four of Swords is comparable, in my opinion, to the Ten of Swords. It was a betrayal. Nonetheless, it's swords. Swords is conversation, communication. Somebody was talking about you, thinking about you. They had to be if they wanted to take you out. That's a lot of energy channeled towards somebody who's in their feminine energy, minding their business. Now these people are imagining woulda, coulda, shoulda as energy, daydreaming, head in the clouds, Four of Swords. So somebody wanted you to put something that you do for work to rest. Basically, Four of Swords is like putting something to rest. Four of Pentacles is holding you back. Okay? Could have been trying to harvest off of you. Eight of Cups in the reverse to block you in, box you in. Yeah. Yeah, but you're thinking outside the box. While these bitches was in the box trying to block you in, you like, bitch, I'm not even in the box. What the hell are you doing? You ready to take notes? Are you not? They like, yeah, we ready to take notes. Two of Pentacles, because you alchemized it. You balanced it out like a spiritual G. So they wanted to see your spiritual G-ness as if you had to tell them who you were or show them anything. You don't need to prove yourself to nobody but yourself. You and the Most High God knows. So with the Two of Pentacles, you now balance something out. Okay? Now everybody want to take note. Now y'all want to take note. Oh my God, that is ass backwards. So ass backwards, honey. Because class is no longer in session as not as it relates to the topic that you needed to take note on. 1919 on the timer. Look like y'all got a little situation amongst your group. I think they got a situationship. Y'all got a situationship? Are y'all sinking y'all own battleship? Three of Cups. They want to come in and hang out. I know you lied. Hey, girl. Hey, guy. They weighed down. Ten of Wands. The Ten of Wands is them being weighed down with the Three of Cups energy because they know that you know that they know you know the length that they went to. Somebody went to great lengths to try to block you, stop you. and you're not interested in like being in a celebratory energy with them, and you are not curbing your enthusiasm to fit these people in their half-ass apology, was like, huh? Like, what you say? I apologize. What you say? I apologize. Excuse me? I apologize. Like, oh, you act like I want your apology or I need your apology? Yeah. F your congratulations. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy business. Somebody doesn't want to give you an apology, although they know that you deserve one, that they owe you one. But the fact that you are not waiting and or holding your breath, waiting on somebody to apologize, is really what's putting these people in a funk. Because they know, Three of Cups, there's no way to recover from what it was that they tried to do. Attempted, tried are the key words. There was a big attempt. You tried and you failed, right? This group. Now there's confusion. Now they don't know. We can't remember why. We don't like you. It's like, why y'all don't like her? I don't know. I just don't like her. Like, you don't even know why? That's what's up. So you're definitely somebody to follow, right? You're definitely somebody to listen to who's giving information. You don't even have a reason for why you don't like somebody. That's the energy that I'm picking up. Three of Cups and the Ten of Wands. I just see people like deers, like stuck in the headlights. They're like, why'd you do that? Why y'all do that to her? Why you do that to him? What happened? No, what had happened was, no, ain't no what had happened, gonna happen, tried to happen. Bitch, you took you went to the, you did the most. You did the unthinkable. You did the unfathomable. You did the ultimate betrayal. And you stood on business, raggedy ass business. And now you're expecting that you can come in and take notes, because if this person was able to overcome you and your diabolical gang, then this person must know something more than what we know. Maybe, just maybe, we need to admit the fact that we need to take notes. Now they want to take notes. It's a sick infatuation. It's a sick obsession. It's like, oh, we tried to unalive you. Like, for real, for real. We tried to hex you, curse you, stop your money, take your beauty, take your booty. All of whatever this is that they wanted to take from you, that they was jealous about, right? Now, somebody somewhere silently, maybe out loud, is admitting the fact that they need to take notes. And if they're not admitting this, they're already taking notes, okay? Six of Cups. The past? Oh, okay. Retrograde energy. Let's talk about it. What's up with that Six of Cups, Holy Spirit? Scorpio energy. Five of Swords, child. I know you. Here's a story of some raggedy bastards who were ganging up on one person at a time. All you bitches had a sword. Here's a story. Here's your story, though. Straight up and down. The Five of Swords. Sneak attacks. Sneaky. These are sneaky people. Cowards. They do stuff under the moon. They do it quiet. They look like you wouldn't expect it from them. They're very inconspicuous. That's the word that I'm looking for. These are people that don't have enough gumption, enough pride, enough know-how, enough truth, enough admitting of the truth, enough knowing of thyself to face off with you. So they kept coming from behind. These are people that were putting knives in your back, daggers in your back. That's what I just heard, stabbing you in the back. And they were coming from behind, like your blind spot. That's what I just heard. The Five of Pentacles. What did they do? These people tried to bind you to some type of poverty. They could have even done something to try to attack your money. Five of Swords is like a sneaky ass, bastard ass group of people that should have found them something safe to do. Commercial break. Eight of Swords. Now they bound to it. These people are in spiritual jail. So they want to be friends now that they're in spiritual jail? I know you. You're lying. I'm not going to no spiritual jail ass visits. Hell no. It's a hell to the no. Who's making visits to somebody in spiritual jail who put themselves in spiritual jail. Why would we come and visit you in a self-imposed imprisonment? Make it make sense. Exactly. Listen, you put yourself there. Eight of Swords is like self-imposed, meaning you're there because of your own decisions. So now that you're there, you want to be friends because you're lonely in the Eight of Swords and you're bound to the shit that you sent out. Now that shit is backfiring. So if you did a poverty spell, you could have lost all your money. If you did a beauty spell, now your ass is looking in the mirror. You look like a gargoyle. And gargoyles are cute to somebody somewhere. Clarify the Five of Pentacles. Show us what these people did. They wanted you in poverty. Yeah, these people were crazy. What the hell is going on? Seven of Pentacles. They were heavily invested. I wonder at which moment, like I always say, when's the fine line between love and hate and envy and jealousy? Where's the fine line? It's a thin line between envy and jealousy. Right, because the two go hand in hand. If you jealous, then you envious. If you envious, then you jealous. But the two are dangerous at best, especially when you coming up against somebody that knows who they are and somebody that is wishing you well. You are running up against a brick wall when you should have been flowing with the water. These people wanted to stop your destiny, your wheel of fortune. Ooh, I know you lied. I feel like these people wanted the wheel to not turn in your favor because the wheel was already not turning in their favor. These are miserable people. Seven of Pentacles, they put in a lot of work. You coming out as the Hierophant. Listen, ain't nobody got time. It's a thin line between jealousy and envy. One has to be more careful. Seven of Pentacles. These people were working hard. This was quite intentional. This was not by mistake. Here's where the issue lies, okay? Misunderstood, confusion, misdirected, half-ass apologies. I guess I have to show you respect as energy. I guess you are the Hierophant as energy. I guess we shouldn't have done that as energy, but nobody's offering an apology and you're not holding your breath. You're in your feminine energy, Hierophant energy. You're not holding your breath for these apologies, but these people seem to be finding it difficult to breathe. You know, that's stress on the body. Why? Because they got to relive everything they said about you, everything they did when they doing that spell work. That shit is like imprinted in their mind. Eight of Swords. They're sitting up remembering what they did and or said about you in an attempt to sabotage your work and show up at your job or whatever this is. Five of Swords. Not only that, this was not even an honest fight for various reasons. One, because they tried to sneak up on you in your blind spot. Seven of Swords and Five of Swords is sneak up. It's tiptoe. Like, let me go on and tip on in with the hopes that you don't see what they're doing. But you're the Hierophant. So you see it. You like, look at these fools. They don't know that I know that they know you know. Okay. The Most High telling you, just let it all play out. Let it all play out. So you let it all play out. You let it all play out. Nine of Cups, okay? And somebody was heavily invested. Somebody needed to prove a point here. Now they want to be friends. Now they want to take note. Now they want to get their lives together. That's amazing. You're coming up as the star, okay? The star energy, Nine of Cups, all right? You could be in the public eye. You could be somebody that's being recognized. If you're not in the public eye, by way of social media with the star's energy, you are somebody that's being recognized for your work. This is your purpose. So let's just call it what it is, a group of dummies, because they wasn't that smart. Somebody need an IQ test. Okay, spiritually being negligent and spiritually being ignorant, that's a whole nother ball of wax. We'll get into that on another day. Somebody was real dumb, like the blind leading the blind, the deaf leading the deaf. Even though they saw your energy, somebody still wanted to go hard. My thing is now they want to take notes. So they're watching. They want to take notes. Yeah, the Chariot. Child, you somewhere gone. Class is not in session anymore. So this is a group of people that when they were supposed to be taking notes, they decided to attack you instead. And anybody that wants to attack you wants to reap the benefits of having something that belongs to you. There really is never any benefit just to attack you. There has to be some type of sick gratification by way of attacking somebody that's not attacking you back, and not the way that they had anticipated. At least I feel like your moving forward was absolutely a rebuttal to this attack. That was your response to the energy to move forward. Now you're on a whole new timeline. The chariot is about you're nurturing yourself. Okay, Cancerian energy, self-nurturing. You nurtured yourself while these people were real focused on you, trying to catch up to you, trying to catch a moving target and put a dagger in your back. You were somewhere moving around. Okay, motion, not standing still as they had anticipated with the Eight of Cups in the reverse. Somebody wanted you stuck. That didn't happen. So now they want to take notes. Oh, okay. Oh, now you want to take notes? That's what I heard when I was meditating. That's what I heard when I was meditating. I'm like, what? Oh, now you want to take notes? My spirit guides, commercial break, are some of the best comedians, at least according to me. They keep me laughing. They already know, listen, I can't go through this whole earthly experience if I can't laugh. Check me out now. Just sign me up for another destiny. I have to laugh. And my spirit team keeps me on a roll, honey. Like quite literally. I'm like in my meditation and I'm listening to, I forget what I was listening to, some type of frequency. And I heard, oh, now they want to take notes. I'm like, oh. And then I heard my other spirit guys say, class is not in session no more, honey. They missed that. When they were supposed to be taking notes, when they were supposed to be taking something, writing stuff down, taking mental notes. No, they were too busy trying to find swords and daggers and shit, you know, for target practice. Okay. They put a target on your back. Now, you know, you're setting a boundary. King of Swords energy. Something about you setting a boundary. The reason they're taking notice because you've mastered the art of war. Listen, the art of war. It's the art of war. You're a master at the art of war, but in order to be a master of the art of war, one has to have mastered their mind, honey. Going within. Some of these people were too busy projecting out as opposed to introspection, projections, projecting inward. Like, mirror that shit right back. You better see into your own mind. I heard these people gave their minds away. Doing something to you. They gave their minds away. See, when you get into a group and you project out death, sickness, hopelessness, Five of Pentacles, Five of Swords, jealousy, glamour. Oh, you pretty. I don't like you. You think you pretty. Oh, I want you to be ugly. When you project all of that out, you're giving up your consciousness. And you're projecting that, it be it good, bad, or indifferent, right? In this case, it was all bad. So they were projecting nasty thoughts and evil eye and all of that. And here's the thing, you're projecting this out to somebody that is closely connected to source. That's like fuel to the fire by way of spiritual warfare. That's like setting yourself up to lose at a battle that you've already lost, but you're the last to know that you're a loser. Okay, I just had to break that down. That's what my spirit guide said. Yeah, listen, now they want to take note. Seven of Wands, the ancestors are here. So they got an ancestral astral ass whooping. I knew something snuck up on them. So while they was trying to reach around and sneak up on you, your ancestors was reaching around. Eight of Wands, okay? It's swift communication. You could have put a call into the ancestors. This could have been you communicating in the ethers. You could have said to the ancestors, you know, listen, I got a group of raggedy bastards. They still trying to come for me. You know, I'm really on my destiny. Here I am in my wheel of fortune. I'm not bothering anybody, my friend. Listen, I come with all this knowledge and everything that I've gone through, and I'm being transparent. Not that I need the universe to know that, because I'm only stating the obvious, but apparently there's a bunch of people from my past that didn't realize who I was until I walked away. Now they were still trying to stop me after I was gone. This is where they made the mistake. They should have taken note after you walked away, collective. Where they made the mistake is that they still was somewhere searching for daggers and swords to put in your back instead of a pen and paper, okay? A tape recorder, anything to take note. They were too busy trying to come after you were already gone. You were the red flag for them to get their shit together. Somebody couldn't see it happen. So that somebody is somebody that's in the Eight of Swords. The fact that they couldn't see your wheel of fortune happening for you had absolutely nothing to do with you, because you're still in alignment. You said, oh, interesting. That's not what I saw for myself. You know, somebody was projecting poverty and sickness and death, and You know, you're the Hierophant. So you observed it. You're like, that's not what I saw for myself. You got the 10 of Cups here. This is what you saw for yourself. You know, you got the rainbow. You happy. Look at that. I love it. 10 of Cups. You connected to galactic beings. Look at you. Yeah. Somewhere over the rainbow. You somewhere over the rainbow, and somebody was somewhere looking for swords to put in your bag, ran out of swords. Got to be a little bit more intentional in a good way, because this was bad intentions, you know. Yeah, you got to be a little bit more careful too. Clarify these people want to come in. Job interference. Somebody could have been trying to do what you do, and that ain't what they supposed to be doing. Nine of Swords, okay? Nine of Swords, this is like taking swift action. Making a decision to try to do something. Somebody could have been trying to turn a group of people against you. Yeah, I'm going to tell you where these people messed up. It's after you left. 6 of Cups. You walked away. You packed up, walked away. You emotionally disconnected. You relocated your spirit. You decided, I'm leaving behind a dead situation and a dead version of myself, and I'm out. Okay? So you did that. You didn't ask for permission. You did it. You ascended. You moved on. Somebody was still trying to come after you walked away. Look at the 3 of Wands. You're gazing upon the horizon. You're not even looking back at what's behind you. Okay? Not only that, you're going through some type of an ascension, something that's vital to your awakening by way of your destiny with the Wheel of Fortune. Who the hell is out here trying to stop your relationship with the Most High God? That don't want to get murked. In the spirit realm, somebody's whole spirit is murked out. You had to leave. You had to go to a distance with the Temperance energy to balance out your frequencies, to balance out your masculine, feminine energy, to get away from all this diabolicalness. Here was when they needed to make a decision. They, whoever they are, these people, whoever convinced and or coerced somebody to attack you, they should have sat around. They should have made a decision, okay, to just go on with their life and hopefully do better. But no, where they messed up is when you decided to detach and digress and go within, Hermit energy, Temperance energy, and balance out. Somebody said, I'm going to be hot on your trails. I'm going to follow you. No, little dummy. Shit. Oh, commercial break. I swear I be wanting to drag the shit out these people and just knock them upside the head and be like, no, little bitch. We gonna go after her. We gonna go after him. They said he moved away. Let's find out where he is. No, little bitch. No, little dummy. You about to fall into a pothole. You about to sink in some quicksand. You ever seen somebody fighting quicksand? 9 times out of 10, you ain't making it out. Were you sitting there quickly sinking and the force is greater than the pressure? Okay. I just had to get that out. Back from the commercial break. Newcomers, listen, if you're new here, hi, how you doing? Come on in. We have commercial breaks. That is a time where I just kind of say what I need to say, because that's a form of like spiritual therapeutic exercises for me, because sometimes this is some bullshit here in spiritual court. And so that's what that is. Not that you needed that explanation, but just so you know, when we say commercial break, we mean commercial break. For you, that may mean that you will stand up and stretch, or maybe get some spring water. Maybe you'll flip past this video and go to another reader. Whatever that means for you, just know I support myself in the commercial breaks, and I also support you in the understanding by way of my explanation. That is my spiritual disclaimer to you. Take what you need to, leave what does not resonate. That was a lot. I had to get it out. I'm feeling very Gemini energy today. Like communicative. I'm feeling very Gemini-ish. You know, I'm out here Geminiing. I'm also feeling that Virgo energy, and I'm also in my Libra element. You know, that's how I feel. Hopefully y'all are feeling that too. But there's a lot of balance, a lot of going within, a lot of communicative energy, right? Back to the reading though. So now they want to be friends, okay? They want to come in. They're saying, teacher, teacher, teach us. Show us, okay? Ace of Cups. You're in your new beginning. When these people thought that they could come for your new beginning, they really sealed their fate. That's what I just heard. They should have left you alone. Yeah, somebody wanted you to stick around so that they could put swords in your back, but you continued moving forward. Look at the sun's energy. Optimal. Happiness, joy, radiant. Like you really are minding your own business. Ace of Cups, temperance, your balance. Yeah, somebody thought they was going to come behind you and stop you. Like, where you think you going? They're like, what? I'm off to see the freaking wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz. Bitch. I'm off to see the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz. And then you went on your journey and they thought they was going to be the lion and the scarecrow and all them things. You're like, hold up, let me click my heels real quick. Queen of Swords. You're coming out as a master of self, a master of thought and deed, projecting out exactly what will happen in your life. And that's just what it is. Nobody can change it. Bastards. They wanted to change your perception of yourself. Like, bitch, you want to think through me? You want to see through me? You want to walk in this skin? You want to put your big ass, raggedy, dirty, diabolical 5 of Swords, 5 of Pentacles, 5 of Wands with your jealous and thin line between hate and envy ass feet in my shoes? It's a no. Order in the court. I think I went too far. I got a little... Listen, it's a thin line between the door and the gate. They should have left you alone, collective. They should have left you alone. It's a thin line between the door and the gate, honey. Queen of Swords. You're in the Queen of Swords energy. You're setting boundaries. You're saying, nope, I don't want to be your friend. I'm good. You know, I just don't feel like your apology is genuine. In fact, I know that it's not. And I digress. Please don't come back here or I will be forced to cut you. Period. Yeah, like move. You easing on down the yellow brick road. Ain't nobody got time. Ease on down the road. I don't care about nothing that's not in alignment with my divine self or my soul. Excuse me. Out of the way. The 9 of Wands, man, you had to guard yourself. You had to protect yourself. Yeah, you're not wounded in the sense that like how they think. You're wounded because you made some mistakes. You learned from it. You recovered. You healed yourself and you kept it pushing. Whatever their attacks are the ones that they now have to succumb to. They have to be submerged in it. 8 of Swords is like, you're in a box, you know, ma'am, sir, with your problems. Yeah, I'm thinking outside of the box, your box that you tried to put me in. I'm not coming in that box with you. That's your box. Get your shit together. Get your shit to work. Sit your punk ass down. Yeah, 4 Wands. You're happy, collective. 4 Wands could be you relocating to like a new place, condo, apartment, house, city, state, out of the country, zip code, phone number, whatever this is, you ascended. You took a new version of yourself. You didn't look back and somebody was coming for your new version of yourself. Bitch, if you don't go have a seat... Commercial break. Wasn't it good enough that we left them with the old versions of ourselves? Like, bitch, that's not enough. You tried to come for the new me? Oh, okay. You don't know the new me. So now you really scared. You don't know what to do? Okay. I'm just here translating. I'm just here on the fly. Okay. Clarify, Holy Spirit. Yeah, then they want to come to your job. Yeah, I just heard, first you love me, then you hate me. That's a game for fools. First you love me, then you hate me. The lovers, now they like, we gonna take note. Okay, we wanna come to class. Ain't no class in session in the 8 of Swords. The 8 of Swords is a self-imposed imprisonment. It also represents you being bound to your decisions. That's where wisdom happens. That's when you learn what not to do. That's when you make good mistakes and you look back at your good mistakes and you're forced to hold yourself accountable. The 8 of Swords with judgment is somebody being forced to be held accountable, because when they had their own free will to take accountability, they chose to ride the fence. They chose to be lackadaisical. I guess I'm sorry. I guess you right. I guess she is nice. I guess he is not. Like, bitch, don't nobody need your congratulations. We don't need you to co-sign to this destiny. Are you crazy? Get your ass in there and deal with your own thoughts. It's I'm the spiritual warden, man. I need to get a job at spiritual jail so I could be the one that's like, calm your ass down when they in the jail cell and they going crazy, banging their head on the wall after death spells and sickness spells and evil line. I'm going to tell them, I'm walk right up to the doggone bars and say, shut your punk ass up and be glad that I'm here. I'm a spirit guide in the wilderness, you dummy. Now let's talk about what you did. Since you in this cell by yourself, ain't nobody driving you crazy, making you mad, and you still cannot take accountability, you better hope that I stay here forever to guide you through this darkest night of your raggedy ass, musty ass soul. Now take notes. Huh? What? I don't have nothing to write with. Well, now you got to get like a photographic memory. Use your brain, okay? Use your left and your right side of your brain together, collectively. Not how they taught you in school, you know. Be ambidextrous, okay? On a mental level. Get your shit together. I'm just saying, if it was spiritual jail and I was one of the wardens, I would be at the gate, like really letting these people know. Holy Spirit, what's going on? Anything else? Anything else? It was a moment that I had. The moon's energy. Yeah, they're still trying to hide what they did. These are people in the dark night of the soul hiding from themselves, basically. They're not hiding shit from you, collective. You already know what they did. Now they're concerned about whether or not you forgive them. No forgiveness is needed. This was not even an offense. It could have never stopped your destiny. You're too connected to source. So whatever the attempt was, it was always destined to fail. It would have always have failed. You know what I'm saying? That too was destiny, like straight up and down. They were supposed to take notes when you were in the presence of these people, whoever they are, okay? Whatever this was, they were supposed to take notes then. They did not. Now their work is outdated. You're in a whole new timeline. They're 15 classes behind, okay? Somebody got to catch up. But that has nothing to do with you. They still want to hide from themselves in the dark night of the soul. Child. I can't tell nobody what to do, but that's dangerous. You hiding from yourself in the dark night of the soul, in the 8 of swords, and you bound to the shit that you did. Nobody else is bound to it. You might want to hurry up and tell yourself the truth or figure out how to do it or something like that. Just admit it, that you was wrong. You shouldn't have did that to somebody. Period. You got the Emperor's energy, Aries energy, leadership. Clarify the Emperor. And the devil. Okay. So this could have been the leader of some type of demonic ass group. Okay. So this shit ran deep. Okay. You got the Emperor and you got the devil. This person led a lot of people to the slaughter. Okay. Capricorn energy. Look at the devil. Okay. Look at the Emperor. This person was lost to begin with. This ain't your average divine emperor. This is like somebody that is mimicking some type of leadership enough that they could have convinced some people to go against you or gang up with them or go against you for some reason. With the devil, they did it obsessively. 7 of Pentacles. Somebody spent a whole bunch of time doing this. Deliberately. So this is why spiritual court is rejecting their apology. It's not sincere. I always like to ask diabolical people like this, like, when did you get this epiphany that you needed to start taking note? And when you got that epiphany, when did you realize that class was already over, that your ass was all out of whack and out of line? Was it before or after you got into the 8 of Swords, bound to some raggedy shit you did? I always like to question like peculiar minds like that. I'm like, so when exactly did you realize that this is somebody you needed to take note from? Before or after your 15th death spell, or you tried to slander them, or whatever the hell you did? Clarify, what did they try to do? They tried to block your roads. Let's see. What did they try to do? They tried to block your roads and put you in the 5 of Pentacles. And they tried to block you from self-love. Are you crazy? King of Cups energy? Somebody tried to block you from self-love, from loving on yourself, from being balanced. Somebody didn't want you to use your intuition, discernment, introspection. These people wanted you in a stressful situation. You know, stress kills. And when you're in the middle of a trial, it's difficult to focus when you're under stress. So these people wanted to put burdens on your back. Enough that you couldn't gather yourself or move forward. I just heard incapacitated. Damn, you bitches are wicked. Let me burn some sandalwood because I see this is going to be one of those readings. I just feel it in my gut. Commercial break. These people are crazy. Like, I feel like we already know that. That's stating the obvious. But, like, what the hell? Who says that? You know, that they don't want you to be, like, they don't want you to love yourself. Like, whoa. People only project out what they feel inside. And which one of these people in the group saw fit to carry this energy of authority, you know, respect my authority as energy, enough that they thought they could come for a hierophant, somebody that they should have been taking notes from. Yeah. So jealousy is here. That's what this is really about. Jealousy. Somebody was mad. Somebody needed to prove that they knew more than you. Oh, this sandalwood is amazing. Get you some, y'all. Listen, it's amazing. It smells so good. It does not irritate my nose. I love this. So listen, yeah, this person is crazy, okay? This was jealousy. Somebody wanted to prove that they knew more than you. Something like that. You're in the Ten of Cups collective. Death. I can't make it up. Somebody wanted endings for you. So what did they do? They wanted you to, when it says job interference, this is like for you to be out of work or to stop doing something that you're destined to do. I just heard moving towards your passion. So these people wanted to block your whole life, basically. And they did so intentionally, consistently, diabolically, obsessively, compulsively, over and over. Okay. Only stating the truth because I don't feel like they have the courage to admit what they said or what they did. In fact, I know they don't. Five of Swords, they were so sneaky, so nasty. And somebody was following a leader. Could have been an Aries, could have been anybody, but the Emperor is there. Could have been a masculine that holds some type of position or ranking. This could also be like a group or a coven. Now, it says job interference, co-workers, okay? So whatever you do for work is somebody that you could work with. Somebody wanted to be promoted without having to do anything, but they felt getting you out of the way somehow was going to put them in position to do that. Why is it that somebody else's position is an annihilation to your job, ma'am, sir, if you're really supposed to be doing that? Because somebody didn't have passion for the job. See, when you have passion for something and it's what you're supposed to be doing, you ain't got to knock nobody else out the box. You ain't got to be focused on somebody else's destiny. It's okay to have healthy competition, but equal admiration. And when I mean healthy, I mean the sharing of ideas, of perspectives, right? Somebody felt like the only way for them to be promoted or to be seen as somebody that knows a lot is to eliminate you. Why? Because this person was intimidated by the truth. You represent the truth. Oh, let me eliminate this person, and then it'll be a little bit easier for me to convince everybody that what I'm saying is the truth. Bitch, get your dumb ass up out of here. If you out here needing to eliminate somebody so people believe you and what you got going on, you out here telling a whole lie. That's why. Why would you need to eliminate somebody else? How is that satisfaction for you in order to prove that you know more or that you're more suited for a position when there's enough for everybody to go around? But see, you were in the wrong line. That's the problem. That was a commercial break. This whole reading has been a commercial break, y'all. I'm going to be honest. I'm full today. I went on my hike. I went up the hill, you know. Okay. Got this big ass hill, y'all. If y'all saw this hill, you'd be like, oh my God. And I went up that thing 3 times. Woo! 3 times is enough. I'm so proud of myself. I just had to share that. I'm saying that to say that I got a really big adrenaline rush. You know, I'm ergonomically, spiritually correct. I feel like my knee chakras are open, receiving, receptive, and flowing, you know. So yeah, I'm full today. I can see real clear, you know. All praises be to the Most High for that. Yeah, they keep coming up as 8 of Swords. They did something big. Whatever this was, yeah, hell no. Now they want to come towards you with the 6 of Swords. So the 8 of Swords is like being bound to something after you left. You keep sailing to calmer waters. 6 of Swords is also a form of alchemy, you know, alchemizing bullshit. Going where the peace is, you know, leaving the chaos behind, unnecessary chaos, you know. But when you have people that don't take accountability for their chaos, you know, all the chaos is there. They're like, oh, that's not my chaos. No, bitch, that got your name on it. Your thoughts and your intentions. That's your chaos. Pick your shit up and get your ass in spiritual jail. But you decided, collective, that's not my chaos, not my energy, not my fools, not my foolish decisions. I'm walking away. I'm out. Now you're moving forward. The 3 of Cups, they want to be friends. That's so nice. Why y'all want to be friends now that you're in spiritual jail? The moon energy, big Cancerian energy. So the moon energy and the Three of Cups, they all lying to one another. They hiding this from one another. This is what's lurking beneath the surface, that they really do secretly admire you. Yeah, these all weird ass bastards with the Seven of Cups. So this is what's so crazy. These are some insecure people. They're painting illusions to each other. But deep down inside, behind the scenes, look, the moon and the Three of Cups, they really want to come in and talk to you and be friends. Y'all know you lied. You in a group full of people that you got to paint illusions for. They say they don't like the person and you like, yeah, I don't like her either. But behind the scenes, you like, dang, she cool. I like her. Why we don't like her again? But you too insecure to say it out loud to the people in the group. You got somebody else running your thoughts. I used to get people that would tell me stuff about other people, and I promise you, I would always say, I will decide for myself. Bitch, don't come telling me about nothing. Your beef ain't my beef. I'm not looking for that type of friendship. You know, don't talk to her because such and such and such and such. I'm like, what they got to do with me? If I don't like this person, I will decide on my own merits. I've always been that way. Now, if I get to know the person and I see why they don't like your ass. Okay, right? I got to be fair. I always want to be fair. I always want to go in unbiased. Don't tell me anything about that person that you think is going to change the way I see them. Oftentimes, so many people, you know, lead other people down the path like, yeah, girl, I heard such and such and such and such. And then people make a decision about you, ain't never even had a conversation with you. Child, let them. Shout out to my grandmother. She used to always say, let them. Because the truth needs absolutely no explanation and no introduction. The truth is obvious. It's blatant. You can't miss it. Even if you want to tell yourself a lie, the truth will just smack you in the face. These people got smacked in the face with the Ace of Swords, off with their heads type ass energy. Off with their heads, man. They weren't using their heads anyway. They didn't need them anyway. They were acting like chickens with their heads cut off. Just talking. Cut their head off and their head is still on the floor talking. You're like, how is it that your mouth is still going, talking some bullshit, and your head is on the floor? Do you realize that your head has been knocked off? Do you realize you're walking around like a chicken with his head cut off? Okay. This is what they were doing, creating illusions to appease the group. But now the truth is out, okay? Now the truth is out. You are the gift. You were the gift. Look, you came with the truth. You came with spiritual knowledge, some type of gift. You're a blessing. You're a gift from the Most High. So these people were supposed to take note from you. This was your spiritual contracts. When they did not want to satisfy the contracts, you kicked rocks. You said, all right, adios, arrivederci. I'm going to skate my way up out of here. Bye. Ace of Swords and the Ace of Pentacles. Yeah, that's all divine intervention. So now the truth is here. These people are in the Five of Cups about the fact that you're the Ace of Pentacles. Yeah, look at these dummies. I cannot make this up. Y'all gonna get y'all dumb asses. Oh my God. Go back to spiritual jail. Woo. These people have to go through a death, a complete and total death. They can no longer afford to be who they once were. Whether they decide to apologize with you or apologize not with you, apologize to you or not, it doesn't matter. I meant to say they want to celebrate with you. Yeah. It's a no. So let's just say it's safe to say you're not reconciling these raggedy ass relationships. There is no resurrection. There's no resuscitation of this bullshit. No, they're coming out as pages, man. Page of Cups. Hey, okay, dummy. Breadcrumbs. I can't even get it out. Maybe somebody's finding it difficult to get their words out. Yeah, because it's not sincere. That's why. You raggedy dummy. Okay, that was mean. That was really mean. But I feel like they deserve it. These are mean girls, mean guys. I call judgment down on that statement, Holy Spirit. I call judgment down on myself. I feel like I'm influencing the reading right now. I got a little trigger because I just had a flash of like a raggedy bunch of weirdos. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the hell are y'all doing? There's so many other things that can be like done in life. There's so many things that need to be done and adhered to. But you chose to take your raggedy bastard ass lifetime and energy and squander it. You get 1,044 minutes and 24 hours. And bitch, you just squandered the last 12 moon cycles. It's too much. Page of Pentacles is a breadcrumb. Page of Cups is, okay, like really, it's page energy. Do we really even need to go deeper than that? It's just, let's just let the court show, Most High God. I know this is my calling. I have to be fair. Let the Most High God know, Most High, I refuse to read page energy. Hell no. I hold myself accountable, and I'm saying that shit with my chest. Bye-bye. Two of Wands, you got your back turned to this collective. You're aware of what's going on, but you are not interested at all. You could have foresaw what was going to happen before you walked away. Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did. You already knew. You could have warned these people. You know, you could have warned these people by way of just being kind to them. You left them on a hope and a prayer. You left them with kindness, Ace of Swords. You saw the truth. You said, all right, well, my time is up. Y'all didn't answer the call. Gotta go. Okay, bye-bye. You said, I already see how your shit gonna turn out. I feel like this is a whole conversation that you could have been having, you know, within. You saw it, you knew what it was, and you had satisfied your contract, which is why you're in the Ace of Pentacles, the Two of Wands. So these people secretly now want to be your friend. It's convenient to be your friend now that you're in this new beginning. Yeah, you are the Hierophant. 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 on the timer. Hierophants, Hierophants. You're the Hierophant. Feeling connected, getting closer to God. The Hierophant. Chosen. High ranking. Somebody that went within. Somebody that's being celebrated. The universe is saying, this is a gift. This person is a gift. Hierophant, you could be some type of teacher, speaker, but I feel like you're teaching by example. Ace of Swords, the Ace of Pentacles. Yeah, you're teaching by example. You know that's the best way to do it. Yeah, let me show you better than I could teach you. Now they want to take note. But these people don't realize, yeah, okay, you off the line, you off the grid. You got to go through spiritual jail first before you even decide to take note. Maybe you'll take note in spiritual jail on who you are and why you did that. What's going on with you? What's wrong in your spirit? Yeah, look, Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. These were like fake friends, bad offers, breadcrumbs, you know, people that had ulterior motives. And the motive was to take you down. This would have really have satisfied them. Look, Justice in the reverse. Like, what the hell is wrong with y'all? This would have satisfied a bunch of people to render you some form of an injustice with the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. But if you don't go have a seat, lights out. Night-night. Most High, night-night. For real, on these people. Put them to sleep in spirit. Like, whatever this is, it's too much. This was some type of sick and twisted satisfaction. Thinking that you could take down a Hierophant. Now somebody's trying to play stupid. We didn't know you was a Hierophant. It doesn't matter. That's how the Most High set it up. See, the Most High God will take his chosen one and hide them in plain sight. So let's just assume that you're telling the truth about not knowing that this was the Hierophant, this was the gift from the Most High God. Let's assume that, just for shits and giggles. You still mistreated a human being. You still decided that you were going to mistreat somebody. But I believe that they did know who you were, especially when you moved away. I feel like they did realize who you were, and they kept doing something. Somebody knew who you were. Somebody knew you were chosen. And they're just like, oh, you know, we're in too deep. You know, we might as well. Show me this raggedy person that's leading the group. 9 of Wands. Now this person stressed out on a solo dolo. You got a wounded warrior out here. 9 of Wands, Justice in the reverse, and the Knight of Pentacles. Somebody was leading this raggedy ass, diabolical ass group. Now they all look crazy. 9 of Wands. They don't know what to do. This person is guarded. Yeah, this shit is over. It's over. It's nothing else to do with it. Throw it away. Roll it over. It's too late to take notes. Now everybody want to take notes. Clarify, everybody want to take notes. Because you know the way and you did it with love. Listen, let me tell you something. How can I extend love to anybody else? At least I learned to love and heal myself. You mastered healing yourself. And this is how you were able to respond to this energy without needing to respond. You really didn't respond. You responded by walking away. That was your response to a toxic group of people, a toxic situation that you saw. There's nothing else here for me to do. I gotta go. King of Cups, you went within, psychic, intuitive, loving, self-care. Six of Swords, and you healed yourself. Whew. 10 of Swords. I cannot make it up. These people wanted you in a body bag. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Don't go too far, Neff. Don't tell too much. That's what they're saying. The lovers. Now they love you. First you love me, then you hate me. That's a game for fools. When I left you with your punk ass, I don't want to go back. You know you're crazy and you can't ever be. Facts. You can never be facts. You can never be 100. You can never keep it honest. You can never be real. This is what these people are. They are not even admitting the truth to themselves. Shout out to the prophetess Lauren Hill, who said men who lack consciousness will even lie to themselves. So what exactly makes you think that they won't draw the line somewhere in the sand and they just will decide not to lie to God too? Whoa. Yeah, don't push me. I'm too close to the edge. Somebody's out here trying not to lose their head. 9 of Pentacles. You still out here single, self-sufficient? Okay. Listen, you got the 9 of Pentacles, Virgo energy. You went to work. You went to work on yourself. You went to work on self-love. You know, you were able to extend healing and love to yourself. And this is why you're able to extend it to others. But again, remember, one has to be receptive of love like this. And if somebody's not admitting what it is that they've done, they're not even nowhere near where they can even be put in class to take notes. Like, this ain't your class, you know? You know how when you go somewhere and they say, okay, well, you're going to sign up for the class. Oh, yeah, I'm going to sign up for the class. Okay. Did you want to start off at the, lower level? Right? Did you want to take the intermediate? Are you going to the most complicated and or one that's going to challenge you? Like, what is your level of expertise? So now these people got to go back to the basics. They got to start with self-love. And they're finding that difficult, which is honestly the reason why they attacked you. Case closed. That's what I just heard. The Hangman. Now they got to see you from a different perspective, or they're seeing you from a different perspective. These people are being forced in spiritual jail because I don't feel like you're looking for these people. But part of their judgment and harsh judgment for the injustice is in the 8 of Swords being bound. They got to remember everything they said about you, did to you. They know what they did. They know what they said. And now Spirit is putting them in a position where they have to see you. You're not looking for them though, but they're being forced to see you from a different perspective. Whew, that's a cold-blooded situation. Whoa, the same person that you tried to leave for dead? Yeah, look, these fools. You got the Fool card. They were foolish to try to run after you. Yeah, it was dumb. It was a dumb decision. Yeah, look, Queen of Cups energy. You tried to hurt a sweetheart? You dummy. You dumb. Whoever you are, Hierophant, you're all the elements. You're the King of Cups, Queen of Cups, emotionally balanced, King of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles. As a matter of fact, you're the Ace of Pentacles. You're the King and Queen of Swords. No, you're the Ace of Swords. You are outranking all of this, whatever the hell this is. Not that we like to walk around and say, yes, I'm very high ranked. It goes without saying when you continue to love on yourself. But really, it's a ranking of you outranking yourself, not outranking nobody else. The way you outrank these people is because you know yourself, you like yourself, you love yourself. When people think of rank, they think of comparison to somebody else who's at a certain rank. No, you're outranking yourself. Yeah, I'm not that person that I once was. I left these people with a dead body, dead experiences, a closed situation, and somebody kept trying to resurrect a dead situation. That's where they messed up, especially because you had moved forward, collective, in your new beginning, your new body, your new self, your new spirit. You're in the Hierophant energy. Yeah, okay, mistake. Don't follow me. Where are you going? They tried to follow you. You outrank these people because of the love that you have for yourself. So therefore, this hate, this envy, this competitive, whatever the hell this is, trying to start confusion, misdirected as intentions and misinterpreted as, spiritually linguistic conversations is looking real stupid. It's not holding no weight. That hate can't hold no weight. Okay. Anyway, moving right along. Teamwork. Your spirit team did the rest. You did your part. You said, let me just focus on myself. Judgment. This does conclude the reading. I love y'all so much. As we close this door, I just want to say that the Most High God is absolutely amazing. I love you all so very much. I hope that everybody stays in a high frequency as we continue to learn our lessons. Shout out to all the real Hierophants, the Ace of Pentacles, Two of Wands, the people who have a journey as you walk through this planet, as you walk on this planet, as you float through whatever you're doing. Maybe you're doing a simultaneous move of all of what I just mentioned. You're amazing, okay? You remembered why you started. You've awakened to your destiny, to yourself. Shout out to the Reiki healers that know how to transmute and pull out energy and, fill people back up after you cleanse the soul. Thank you. Shout out to the acupuncturists, the reflexologists, the cosmetologists. You're making everybody beautiful, working with extended energy by way of their crown. Shout out to the guy that does pedicures, man. You're helping people heal their bodies through their feet. Shout out to the lady that gives hand massages after your manicure. You're a healer. These are the people that sometimes, they don't really have those grandiose titles, but they're doing big work in the world. I love y'all, okay? Shout out to the readers, the people that really are here to give you messages with the hopes that they can provide additional truth and clarity, enough that you can make a decision for your own life, think for yourself, and move about your journey. I love you so much. I'll see y'all soon. Until then, peace be with you.